and you think that your future looks dim, hold on to your faith, it'll brighten the way, no matter how dark it has been. There's always a light in the church, no matter how much you've been hurt. What's promised will be, look up and you'll see. There's always a light in the church. There's nothing that's sadder than loving alone. It's dark as a day in the mine. The blackest of feelings will darken your soul when there is no light there to shine. There's always a light in the church, no matter how much you've been hurt. What's promised will be, look up and you'll see. There's always a light in the church. When those that you care for are turning away, forgive them for this that they do. Just tell them you love them and speak of the light. Together you'll witness the truth. There's always a light in the church, no matter how much you've been hurt. What's promised will be, look up and you'll see. There's always a light in the church. There's always a light in the church, no matter how much you've been hurt. What's promised will be, look up and you'll see. There's always a light in the church. What's promised will be, look up and you'll see. There's always a light in the church.
Good afternoon to you all, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome as we have gathered to say our final farewell to a dear lady. And by the amount of people who are gathered here today, it just goes to show the great respect in which she was held and the way that she touched so many people's hearts. She will be so sadly missed. The Betty Bugg that I knew would not have wanted a big fuss made at her farewell. I think she would have said, "Now don't go on too long, Spud. Make it short and sweet, but tell my family and friends to move on and to make the most of their time." Betty certainly wouldn't want you to be sad, but she would be so thankful that you good people here today meant so much to her. You will all have and hold dear many special memories of this special lady, and you will retain those memories forever. You will always treasure her lasting legacy. Nothing can now detract from all that you have shared with Betty. Nothing can really affect the great happiness and the depth of experience that she herself knew. The past, with all its meaning, is sacred. It is also secure. And your love for Betty and her love for you, her family and friends, can never be altered by time or by circumstance. We welcome the people who are watching live stream today, and I believe that there are quite a few people who can't be with us for obvious reasons, and even though they are not here in person, then I know that they are with you in spirit and they share your sorrow today. As we bid farewell to Betty, let us carry forward the love and the laughter that she brought into our lives. Though Betty may no longer be with us in body, her spirit will forever echo in our hearts, reminding us to cherish each of those moments and to hold tightly to the bonds of family. Those we love and lose are forever connected to our heartstrings as we share beautiful memories in our time of sorrow. Betty had a profound impact upon the lives she touched and those who had the great pleasure of knowing her. The family have given me this resume of Betty's life that I am proud to pass on. Betty passed away peacefully at the Northwest Regional Hospital in Burnie on the 16th of December in her 100th year. She didn't quite get to raise the bat, but my word, she got close. And I think the umpy may have given her out just a little bit early. Betty was born at Smithton on October the 28th, 1925. And here we are, 99 years later, saying a sad farewell. Betty was the loving eldest daughter of Joe and Emma Streets, loving sister of Mick, Bill, David, Bob, Lillian, Ruth and Jean, all deceased, and Len, Albert and Anne. Betty was the loving wife of Laurie, deceased, and adored and much loved mother and mother-in-law of Ken and Margie, both deceased, Michael, deceased, and Louise, Paul and Isla, Eileen and Max Eastley, Lawrence, or Charlie as we know him, and Janet, and Robert and Karen. So quite a family there. And the Bugg name will be around for many years to come, I would imagine, with that great lineup. Betty was the loved Nan, the little Nan, and Nan Flower Lolly. I'll repeat that, Nan Flower Lolly. To her many great-great-grand and great-great-grandchildren, and I think at last count there were about 68 of them. Now, we didn't have enough paper to write down all the names, so we'll just give you the number. But that dynasty, as we said, will continue for many years to come. Betty saw some tough times in her lifetime. She went through wars and the Depression years, and when she was a girl, no doubt, she was hoping to be the first one in the family bath at the end of the week, for obvious reasons. She had to walk to school from Christmas Hills to Smithton every day, and quite often she got into a bit of trouble for being late. Yeah, I wonder how many of us would now walk from Christmas Hills to Smithton to go to school. Wouldn't it have been a great opportunity to sort of say, well, I don't think I'll bother making it today? Yeah, anyway, she left school at the grand old age of about 11 or 12 years, in grade 6, and then she was busily engaged in housework and farm work. Around 1968, the family moved to Wynyard, and Betty gained employment at the local cheese factory. She was known for her skills as a gardener, a knitter, a dancer, a cake decorator, a teddy bear and a doll maker, and dressing them up as well. She made some wonderful things, and she was a very crafty lady and a very clever lady. Her hands were never idle, and she produced many wonderful creations. The family will no doubt cherish these wonderful souvenirs. Betty didn't lay claim to have a favourite football team, but I'm told that when she was visiting someone and they had the football on, she would barrack for whoever they were. So she didn't really cry herself to sleep over her team getting beaten, because she had lots of teams, and probably That's the way I perhaps should look at things instead of being, no, I won't, I'm not one, of course not. Her love of country music was paramount, and she was a devoted regular at the local music scene. And many a time I saw her there in company with her good friends at the country music shows, and she followed the music around all over the place. She had a love for the great country music. And many more wonderful memories of this lovely lady will continue to be treasured by her family and her very, very wide circle of friends. And the family would like to thank all the doctors and the medical staff for taking such wonderful care of Betty, especially during the last time when things were very hard. Yeah, and but she was a great soldier, and she soldiered on, and it's just a pity that she didn't make triple figures. But yes, we've still got 99 years of memories, and there's a lot of those. Now, I believe that a family member might have something to say, to share with us, and I'll call on anybody who does have something to share, and I'll open the service a bit. Yes, we do have somebody, and if anyone else would like to follow our good man here, then I invite you to come forward as well and share some stories. Thank you, sir.
Hi, this was written by my dad. Mum, I never thought the day would come where we had to say goodbye. I thought I would have you forever. As we celebrate our long and amazing life, and even more special to me, the life we shared, I've been asked to share memories, but the list of good memories are endless. So how do I pick just a few? There were the road trips to Hobart and Campbelltown for football, well before modern cars and good roads. The Milo in bed on a cold morning before I got up for school. You were such a hard worker, but you always put me first. The $20 a fortnight for lunch money made me the richest kid at school, even though times were tough. I was the only kid at home by the time I was about 9, and it often felt like you and me against the world. Even then, I didn't always make it easy for you, and tasted the jug cord around my legs a few times. But no doubt I deserved it, and still believe it made me a better man. As an adult, travelling around for work, I didn't get to see you anywhere near as much as I would have liked. But I am so glad I settled back home to make more memories in your last few years. You were so kind and funny and wise, and your cheeky side will always put a sparkle in my eye when I think of our times together. I told Karen when we met she would only ever be the number 2 girl in my life. She was okay with that, and it wasn't long before you were her number 1 girl also. It was the effect you had on people. They loved being around your beautiful spirit, and we even put up with your beloved country music. The last couple of years weren't kind, with a few stays in hospital. Even there, you were the queen, and Karen would come home and tell me how the nurses at shift competed for who would look after you, because you were such a wonderful patient and person. Now I have to move on without you, but I know how happy you were for me with the life that I've made in our little place. We loved having you visit, and you often said you loved what a beautiful, cosy home we had, usually with one of the cats cuddled on your lap. Sometimes we watched the chase together, and it got quite competitive, but you always answered more questions than us, and always quicker. I remember how Home and Away was your favourite show, and how we have our university lecturer wife who hates soapies hooked on it. More good memories. Your presence will always remain in our home. I know you've left me in good hands, Mum. Karen promised you that on our wedding day, and my beautiful kids, Alana, Tracy and John, and their families, my grandchildren, are such a special part of your amazing legacy. They will get me through the days and years to come, but you'll always be with me in every moment of every day, and I thank you for all the good memories. I love you, Mum. See you on the other side.
Yes, that was very well done. Thank you. A very emotional time for family members, but you did Betty proud. Thank you. Do we have anybody else who would care to share a story? I'm sorry about my back to the people behind me. It's probably a better view than the front, so I don't blame you. But is there anybody else who would care? I know there will be lots of stories a little bit later on back at the Bowls Club, which you are all invited to to go back and share some more time, some more memories with the family? We have somebody. Oh, good day. Do you have something to say, sir, or you don't?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's unusual, but anyway.
I knew her years ago, mate. I used to dance with her.
Oh, well, I'm sure she'd be proud that you
well,
came to...
My name's Terry Ivory.
Terry Ivory's with you today, Betty, your former dancing partner. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for Terry for sharing those thoughts with us. Well, we'll move on if there's nobody else. And in the service sheet today, you'll see a beautiful poem called Miss Me But Let Me Go. And I think that Betty would have said this. When I come to the end of the road and the sun has set for me, I want no rights in a gloom-filled room. Why cry for a soul set free? Miss me a little, but not too long, and not with your head bowed low. Remember the love that we once shared. Miss me, but let me go. For this is a journey we all must take, and each must go alone. It's all a part of the master plan, a step on the way to home. So when you're lonely and sick of heart, go to the friends we know. Bury your sorrows in doing good deeds. Miss me, but let me go. So hold your loved ones close today and whisper in their ear. Tell them how much you love them and that you'll always hold them dear. Take time to say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me, or it's okay. And if tomorrow never comes, then you'll have no regrets about today. So God made a wonderful mother, a mother who never grows old. He made her smile of the sunshine, and he moulded her heart of pure gold. In her eyes he placed bright shining stars. In her cheeks fair roses they grew. God made a wonderful mother, and he gave that dear mother to you. So in grief at her passing, but in gratitude for her life, today we have gathered to say farewell to Betty and to thank her for the great privilege of being numbered amongst those who grieve. If those of you who knew Betty well can profit from her example, if you can each try to live just a little better for having known her, then through you, Betty will have a continuing stake into making this world into a much better and a much happier place. May you all find comfort, richness, and example in your many memories. May you find strength and support in your love for one another. And may you find peace in your hearts. And I think Betty would have also said, remember me with a smile when my life on earth is done. My dreams have all been fulfilled and a new life has begun. Remember me with a smile when grief may cause you to weep. One day we will all laugh again when our next meeting we keep. Let's be thankful we shared precious love. Keep the memories warm for a while. Let them bring peace to your hearts. And remember me with a smile. And everybody here today will remember our dear friend Betty with many a smile. As a mark of respect of our upbringing, and obviously Betty's upbringing as well, the family have decided that we include the Lord's Prayer today in our service. I will say the Lord's Prayer and invite those of you who are so minded to join in if you would. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. We've now come to the final part of our farewell for Betty today. And being a keen gardener, Betty would have really loved that lovely floral arrangement there on the casket. And well done to whoever supplied that. That just absolutely beautiful, and you could almost see Betty smiling at the wonderful creations that are resting on top there. Yeah, so well done. So another reminder that you are all invited to join the family at the Wynyard Bowls Club in Park Street. I don't think many people here today will need directions to find that wonderful establishment, but I would like to, before we finish, I'd like to give my personal sympathy once again to the family, to thank them for giving me the great honour of helping to say farewell to Betty, and on behalf of myself and Parkside Funerals, we do thank you so much for the great honour that you paid us. Thank you. So we have now reached that part of the service we call the Committal, where we commit Betty to the next stage of her journey. These then are the last rites in the natural life of Mrs. Betty May Bugg. We have met to pay tribute and to say farewell, and so tenderly and reverently we commit Betty to Mother Earth, from which all life comes, and to which, in the end, all life returns. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We now leave Betty in peace, and with the greatest of respect we bid her farewell. You were a good woman to many people, Betty, many people. Gone but not forgotten, gone but never apart, for we are blessed with memories held deeply within our hearts. Thank you for a million wonderful memories, Betty. Farewell, and may you forever rest in peace. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That ends the service of the day.
God, I see headlights. I made it down the coast in 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers. And on the Friday I can see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. Running from the cold up in New England, I was born to be a fiddler in an old-time string band. My baby plays guitar, I pick a banjo now. Oh, the North Country winters keep hitting me now. I lost my money playing poker, so I had to leave town. But I ain't turning back to living that old life no more. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. caught a trucker out of field, he had a nice long tow. But he was heading west from the Cumberland Gap to Johnson City, Tennessee. Now I gotta get a move on before the sun. I hear my baby call my name and I know that she's the only one. And if I die in Raleigh, at least I will die free. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, hey, mama, rock me. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and the rain fall soft upon your track. And until we meet again, may God hold you safe in the palm of his hand. May the hills come down to greet you. May the rocks give shelter in the storm. May the dust be soft beneath your feet, and the dark give rest before the dawn. And until we meet again, may God hold you safe in the palm of his hand. 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 Safely in the palm of his hand. May your life have many memories. May your death be sweet and full of peace. May your hope last an eternity, and your joy carry on and never cease. And until we meet again, may God hold you safe in the palm of his hand. And until we meet again, may God hold you safely in the palm of his hand. Let's sing it. In the palm of his hand. In the palm of his hand. In the palm of his hand. Safely in the palm of his hand. 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 Safely in the palm of his hand.
We're the best partners this world's ever seen. Together we're close as can be. But sometimes it's hard to find time in between to tell you what you mean to me. You are the rose of my heart. You are the love of my life. A flower not faded nor falling apart. If you're tired, rest your head on my heart. Rose of my heart.
sorrow holds you in its arms of clay. It's raindrops that fall from your eyes. Your smile is the sun come to earth for a day. You brighten my blackest of skies. You are the rose of my heart. You are the love of my life. A flower not faded nor falling apart. If you're cool, let my love make you warm. Rose of my heart. Times are easy times, what do I care? There's nothing I'd change if I could. The tears and the laughter are things that we share. Your hand in mine makes it good. You are the rose of my heart. You are the love of my life. A flower not faded nor falling apart. If you're cool, let my love make you warm. Rose of my heart. You are the rose of my heart. You are the love of my life. A flower not faded nor falling apart. If you're cool, let my love make you warm. Rose of my heart.